good evening, and welcome to the channel. I'm Abs. It's October Red, and look what we've got. Yet again, it's the weekend, and we are live for Billam-Smith Masternak Watch Along, courtesy of my channel, but I'll be watching via Boxer on my app, on my phone. Now TV, actually. I'm not using Sky anymore. Go via Now TV. Cheaper. Do the maths. Anyway, hope you're all well. We've had a good, eventful eventful day of boxing yesterday, courtesy of Matchroom, early hours of the morning. Really enjoyable show. I'll be catching up with that with the review. No doubt you guys will have your opinions on the headline and other fights that are on the card. But today we're focusing on the Boxer event. Just had Cutler in a tough fight. Yet again, another tough fight. Cutler seems to get on these tough fights in Bournemouth. Wins, but it's always a tough bout for him. Good evening to Dan the man. He was in here earlier. I think he disappeared off. But I said I was going to start early because I know that the main event's at 9 p.m. And as Chris quite rightly said, and good evening to you, Chris, boxing on a Sunday feels strange. It feels strange that I'm sat here because I was convinced it was Saturday, but it clearly isn't. Dan, you're back. Welcome back. And yeah, hope you're well as well, Chris. Good weekend of boxing. I don't mind watching boxing on a Sunday, though, to be fair. Boxers done it before where they did it at, I think it was the Ali Pali. They had a Sunday match on before. So, yeah, it's cool. But it's weird doing it for a watch along. Did you watch the Matchroom card yesterday? What did you think of it? Andy Cruz, Beatrix, Ebony Bridges, Montana Love, and obviously the headline itself. Paro, that's the only fight that I hadn't watched. I sort of was in and out with that one because I was a bit knackered, but yeah. Wolfie 87. I'll give you a 5 out of 10 for humour, but 10 out of 10 for effort. Must be cold or you haven't paid the heating. Chiffon doesn't really keep you warm. So I'm going to give you a 2 out of 10 for IQ. Hola, senor. Hola. Yeah, just couldn't bother to do my hair. That's why I've covered up. Different blue rinse. Nah, definitely not a blue rinse. You know, I can never work you out. Is it Fish, whatever it is, the surname? I can never work you out. Your comments sometimes are cool, but then sometimes are a bit scathing. I can never quite work you out. But you always pop up. So thank you. I think when I first started doing some work for Pat Barrett, I think you was one of them that commented that I was crap. But yeah, here we are. Full circle. I think it was you. It might be. I'll have to go and look back in the comments of when I was doing some work for Pat Barrett on his, what you probably call it now is a podcast. For once on Boxing Weekend, we had to stay up to watch Haney versus Prograis card. Ramirez. Oh, right. Okay. So I didn't watch the Ramirez one. So yeah, I just stayed up for some of the fights. I was in and out. Raymond's here to save the day. Good evening. Welcome. Hope you're good. Save the day. We like it. Nah, I'm not sat outside. Look, it's chiffon. In fact, shall I announce what it is? I shouldn't really because I'm not sponsored, but it's Adidas. Adidas 3 stripes and it's Ivy Park and it's like a chiffon long maxi coat. I've got one in pink as well. Slightly different design, but the Adidas Ivy Park. Good evening, Andrew. Hope you're well. Oh, cheers for that. Yeah, it was I knew that he'd moved to Peter for a little while, but I just had to keep my trap shut until he was ready to announce it properly with Peter. So he's been up there for a while. For those of you that don't know, Matty did train a little bit with Peter Fury when he was an amateur. So he's used to Peter Fury. Peter's used to him. And he's gone back up there to obviously carry on his professional career. He was very clear in the conversation that we had that it was no slant on his former trainer at all. He'd appreciated everything. He'd learnt so much for him, but he just made the decision to move on. So, yeah. You might have done. I'm sure. You know what? If I'm wrong, I apologize because I can do that. I can apologize. I could be wrong, but I'm sure because your username's quite distinguished. But I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. You wouldn't say that if you see me first thing in the morning. You'd probably call a priest and wondered what demon had snuck into your room. Give Haney the respect he deserves. First fight at super lightweight and becomes a two-weight world champion. Look at his resume. Lomachenko, Gambosas, and now dominated Prograis. What a masterclass. Haney needs more respect. Chris, and I'll put it out to all of you. Why do you think he doesn't get the respect that he deserves? Because I find it very, very strange around him. We had people saying, oh, he didn't win to Lomachenko. He was lucky he got that win. He was gifted a win. We've heard all of that. And when we saw what he did with Gambosas, and he did win the Lomachenko fight. Yes, I get it. It's subjective, but he seems to get a lot of stick, and I just don't know why. SRTV. It's my babe. It's my daughter. Can everybody shout out to Sandy Ryan, please? Sandy Ryan is in the chat. Sandy Ryan, a female fighter that I've watched from her pro debut. Sandy Ryan, bless ya. I miss her as well. Sandy is very humorous. You never really see that side of her on camera, but she's a funny girl. I can't wait for you to get back out, Sandy. We need you back out. And yes, I do need the frigging Adidas sponsor. Adidas, if you're watching, bless. Metalbox J, how you doing? Extra pounds and step up in divisions will make Haney even better. And he's a child. He's still very young, so he's not necessarily grown into his fight weight anyway. So yeah, I'm looking forward to his progress. I'll go into more detail when I do obviously the weekend review. But one of the questions that I always ask fighters is what attributes do you intend to take away from your opponent so you steer that fight, so you control that fight? I never talk about weaknesses because weaknesses are there for everybody to see. I want to know what strengths of his that you want to take away. And every single interview that Senior's done, Devin's done, they've talked about handicapping Prograis, taking away his attributes so we couldn't have any answers for anything that he was doing. And that's why he won all of the rounds. Even though I said I gave the first round to Prograis just because they were kind of like just sussing each other out. It's about the attributes. You dominate a fight by taking away your opponent's attributes. What are they good at? Okay, now I'm going to try and take that away. You talked about sticking to the game plan. There was so much there that he did. Intelligence. We see intelligence through thought process, dynamic in the ring, and we see him able to listen to those commands that his father gave him in the corner. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful to watch. But like I said, I'll bore you to death with that on Monday. He still looks big at 140. I mean, if you think of 140 and you think of like, say, for example, Dalton Smith, Harlem, Eubank, you think of Haney stood next to them. It seems as if a natural probably progression, a quicker progression would be for him to go up to 147. But let's see what happens anyway. It's still all fresh. Congratulations. Massive congratulations for him and his team. Any predictions for tonight? I'll leave that for the chat. Shocking. Hold on. Let me have a look. Shocking idea, Sunday night boxing, if it's usual ring walk time. No, no, no. They're doing it at the main event starting at 9. That's why I'm here earlier. Not that I didn't want to spend more time online with you, but no, 9 a.m. Look at young Francesca Hennessy. I really like her. I spoke to her for the very first time. Was it last week? Get behind her. She's really she's a very good spirited young lady, and has got a natural flair about her. So yeah, keep your eye on that one. She's still raw. She's just had a second fight. She went in with a really tough opponent. But yeah, have a look out for young Francesca Hennessy. I don't know why people don't like him though, because I just think that's just pathetic. But whatever. So each their own, I guess. The great fighters don't. Yeah, I probably do agree. A lot of people, you can say it about fighters, you can say it about just in general. People generally don't get their flowers until they're long gone. You could go through history where that's happened throughout history. Many stars, people that are good at what they do, are hated until they're not here anymore. Sorry, sorry, sorry. It might not be you then. I might have got it wrong. Don't be hurt. Don't be hurt. And I don't mind sarcasm. I don't mind sarcasm. Not as hurt as I was when I was just starting out and someone says you're crap. I'm glad I didn't listen to him. Loma was a hard fight to call, but it wasn't a robbery. Yeah, we get that with close fights. I get that. I do appreciate that. But at the end of the day, if the judge says that he won, he won. Yeah, Sandy Ryan is a good fighter. She's vicious. She has intent, and she's somebody that also dedicates herself 100% to her craft. She doesn't live in the UK anymore. She's literally severed from the UK. She lives abroad, and I believe now that she's training in the States. So somebody else that's said, okay, 100%. This is my career. This is what I want to do. We saw her fights. We saw that she's got stopping power. That she was good with the body shot. She fought Erica Farias. She knows where she went wrong. So what did she do? She evaluated everything, says, okay, I'm going to do this, this, and this. And she came back and she improved. And arguably now she should have all the belts, but we're not going to get into that. But hopefully they can get that rematch and get that score rectified. But Sandy is extremely dedicated. When you want to be a world champion, when you want to be good at anything, when you want to be number one at anything, you have to make sacrifices. And if there's people on you that are dead weight, because this is what I see with some fighters, and your fighting starts to deteriorate, you really need to look at who's around you. If you're not improving with the people that are around you, sorry, they've got to go, because you've got somewhere to be. So yeah, Sandy, that was a clear robbery. That was. Oh, yeah, Sandy, all the time, always will do, always will do. Brilliant fighter and a beautiful soul. So listen, guys, if you don't, I think most of you probably following Sandy anyway. But we need that new Sandy. We need to know when you're going to be out again. And I know you must be getting itchy knuckles as well. What's my thought on? I don't think Haney's boring. I like watching boxing. So I'm not one of these that craves the knockouts. I like to see people, how they move around the ring, how they control the ring, how they control their opponent, how they cut the ring off, how they're able to listen to those commands in the corner and come out and do them. I'm not one of these that believes everything has to be a knockout. Not everything has to be, oh, I'm going to knock him out. I like to see those masterclass performances where you can literally make somebody look terrible because of how good you are. It's not the fact that they are, because they're not. but you're that skilled, you can make them look like that. So I don't think he's boring. I like I like boxers. It's not to me, it's not always about punchers. Yeah, I do agree. So sorry, that was Esriv Ronu. Sorry, I'm not really good at pronouncing these usernames. But good evening to you anyway, Raymond. Haney will be 1-4-5-4 within the next 2 years. Yeah, I do believe that. Because how old is he? 24. That was funny, Metal Box J. That was funny because where did he go? Where did he go? Where did he go? But he hyped up the fight really well. You can't argue with how he hyped up the fight because I guess he did what he was supposed to do. He weren't in the corner. So I guess he was just there as a mouthpiece. Yeah. Honestly, I told you it's makeup. If you want to see what I really look like, head over to October Red Media. Have a scroll through there and also look at my stories. Because in more time, I don't wear this is makeup. But good evening to you, Mr. Lemon. Why do they call you Mr. Lemon? Is it because you're bitter on the tongue? See, I would have preferred if you had a username like Mr. Pineapple. Italy World Cup. Are you two talking about boring? I don't think he's boring, but I like. Right. And I think that's because you probably like to see that you're the guy that likes to see, so you're like more Javante Davis. You're Javante Davis, a tank fan. You like to see those knockouts. We all like different things, but I'm not. I like to watch pure boxing. So I'm not really. I like to see skill in the ring. Billam-Smith on points. Masternak is a tough opponent, no pushover. Billam-Smith wants to make a statement. I feel Coley gifted him the title by hugging. Ooh, that's controversial, but I do like it. I do like it. That's an interesting take. Boxer is only pushing Billam because he sells a few tickets. He's not a great boxer overall, and that is from Mr. Fruit himself. I think he's improved. I think Billam-Smith's improved. Ishan Majid, good evening. It's because I haven't bothered to do my hair. Because I was up really late and then I went swimming and I did yoga and then I came back and then I was a cabbage, as in tired. And I've just literally showered and yeah. But it's a nice hood. It's a chiffon hood. Look. I could be a bride. Sandy's left her, Clifton. She announced that. Can you sense an upset tonight? I was happy for Billam-Smith, but it didn't have anything to do with win of the title. Of Coley was more disappointed in a Coley. I think a Coley style. He reverts back to type, doesn't he? The best a Coley we saw was when he was with Shane McGuigan. Shane McGuigan started to evolve the style that he had and develop it into something else. And we saw that in certain fights. We did. So he has got attributes, he has got skills, but he's also got a type. And unfortunately, he reverted back to that type in the Billam-Smith fight. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Right, we've got Lauren Price. It's MBE. She's MBE, isn't she? I do like Lauren. And what I like about Lauren is this opponent is the one that fought Michaela Mayer earlier on in the year in Manchester. So you see, obviously with the female division being a lot more concentrated, as it were, smaller, you can literally get on the tails of other fighters. So yeah, she said she wants the winner of it, should she get through this. She wants the winner of Natasha Jonas and Maya. And that's not the first time that Lauren said it as well. And then Sandy's jumped on it and went, "Hey, I'm the queen of the division." Sandy was right on the social media with that as well. Obviously, those girls know each other from the GB. Yeah, she was. Sandy was robbed. Yeah, he's a boxer, pure boxer. All for you TV. Can you be specific, all for you TV? Because there's fights on now. But if you're asking for the headline, it should start at about 9 p.m. I like risk takers who earn their payday and are willing to take chances to prove they are the best. But Haney does that. He does. And if you look at it, he did get a knockdown prograde. Was it round 3? Round 3, he knocked him down. We'll see. He's like a 24. Has he even got his full man strength yet? You hear about man strength in boxing? Here we go. Gosh, both girls looking a bit vicious here. Hit and not get hit. Yeah, we see a lot of unnecessary wars, you know. But some people like that though. The gore, the blood, the breaks. Let's see how Lauren starts off. Southpaw, isn't she? Let's have a look. She takes the center of the ring, lands first, looks confident, relaxed. Her lead hand is down, backhand rests by her chin. Throws a 1, 2, 3 and a jab. Her opponent's bobbing and weaving, head movement, checking a distance, checking a range, just throwing out a couple of feeler jabs. Lauren answers with a couple of shots that Bordeaux's able to evade by slips, but doesn't come back with any counters. We'll have to have a look and see how this goes. No counters coming back. Lauren's hitting her with the 1, 2. Bordeaux takes the center of the ring, just falling short with her punches. It's not a hat, it's a coat. It's a coat. It's my Adidas coat. I am a Christmas fairy tonight, and I'm on top of my own Christmas tree. So Andy Cruz then, the Cuban. What are we saying about Cuban? I like it. In fact, see, I liked what he did as well. Mr. A. It's not. Mr. A, it's too early to fall out. Let's be nice to each other. Welcome. Welcome. No, I don't think it's going to be a boring fight. I think it's going to be a tough fight. There's a couple of people in the chat that was already saying that they sense that there could possibly be an upset. Every week without fail. Your username is "you can do this." Now, with a username like that, it's very, very positive, and it suggests to me that you can always find a way. Now, this fight the main event starts at 9 p.m. We've got the undercard on at the moment, and the official broadcaster is Sky Sports. So what you need to do is you need to have Sky Sports Boxing if you're in the UK. I think if in America, I think is it Peacock? I will not be broadcasting the fight. It's a live watch along. That means we watch along the fight together and we discuss the fight. With a username like that, I'm sure you can suss it out how to watch it, but it won't be on this channel. No, I'm not cold. Well, I am actually, but a chiffon hood is not really going to keep me warm, is it? If I want to keep my head warm, I'm going to need something fluffy and woolly. Anyone who says it's pure boxing should stick to Huey Fury. We like firefights and not pure running. Which part was Haney running yesterday? Mike Tyson is the most beloved in the sport. Did he run and only pop shot on the counter? Do you see how passionate you are about your point of view on boxing? I like that. And it's your point of view, isn't it? And just like you've got a point of view, everybody else has. But what we don't need to do is to put others down to get our point across. Some people like to watch pure boxing. I like to watch pure boxing. Yes, the knockouts are great. I'd never turn my nose up at a knockout fight, at the risky fights, at the 50-50 fights. But at the end of the day, did anyone have Devin Haney winning the way he did in such a competent and confident way? Because I didn't. He's not. And I do agree about Mike Tyson, because Mike Tyson was, one of my favorites as well. Good fighter, dangerous. So I agree with you there. But some of us like to watch boxing. We like to mix it up a little bit. Good evening, Phil. How you doing? No worries. Enjoy your evening. VJ. You know what? If I was on the road manting, I would have had a balaclava on. I would have rocked up in the bally and some shades. I like the Matty Harris Peter Fury interview. Peter will tell him straight. Aya Cornell, fellow Brummy. Yeah, he will. It's good for discipline. I think. What did he call him? He called him a potential racehorse. That's what he called him, didn't he? But he says even a racehorse needs taming. So I think they'll make a good matchup. But the proof's always in the pudding, isn't it? We can ideally look at people on paper and say, yeah, definitely. But the proof's in the pudding. When he comes out, when he has his next fight, let's see what happens. Obviously, I'm going to wish him nothing but the best, and I'm confident in it. But we'll see when he fights next. Wouldn't you want to still see my brown eyes? If I put shades on, you wouldn't be able to see my brown eye. Have I got shades somewhere here? I haven't got shades, but I've got my normal glasses. Billam-Smith only got knockdowns on a Coley because a Coley was hugging. No hugging from a Coley. And he fought again. A Coley went back to style under Shane. A Coley wins. Well, the chances are of him going back to Shane are, I've got more chance of winning the lottery. But saying that, stranger things have happened. Apparently, I saw on Twitter somewhere that he's coming back out in February. So does that mean he's going to be on the Joshua Buatsi Dan Aziz undercard February? I know there's more than one weekend in February, but I'm just thinking, would that be a card that he could be on? Who knows? Opetaya and Riatpur beat Billam-Smith. Opetaya demolishes him. Well, we've heard what's happening with Opetaya. He's had to release his belt, hasn't he? Because the IBF wouldn't accept Elis Zorro as an acceptable opponent for a defense, a voluntary defense. It was voluntary, wasn't it? Was it a voluntary? Yeah. So he's had to relinquish his belt. And that was a bit of a topic of discussion as well, wasn't it? I see what I've lost this conversation now. Oh, you're still here? I thought you'd gone. I understand your perspective. I'm with you. We all have an opinion, but let's be honest. Uh, why doesn't Haas crop? But I think Eddie wants Devin, doesn't he? Unless it's going to be the fight by fight thing. No, I know what you mean. But good comment. Most people who are football fans have played football, but a lot of boxing fans haven't tried their hands at boxing. You don't play boxing, so even at a low level, tough as hell, Haney is pure class. Yeah, fair comment. I think Haney being weight drained dictated the way he fought. I think his style will become a lot more aggressive as he moves up the weights. He's a pretty big lad. Yeah, I do agree. Good evening, the Weasel. Hi, or hi, Red Two-Tone Lippy again. Yeah, I do like my two-tone. I'd rather have two-tone lipstick than be two-faced. I hope you won't. It's bad for your hands, that is. Especially if you have a poor diet. IBF, all right. The opponent ain't good enough. But, all right. And if there's no way I'm going to disrespect Elisaro. Lovely man. He's a good fighter. Is he at the same level, skill level as Opataya? Probably not, no. But I'll never discredit him as an opponent. And even if they are right, Raymond, why leave it till the fight's 2 weeks out? Why do that? What? Why? Because fair enough, even though the whispers have like filtered out onto the internet, I guarantee you, tops, it probably would have been a week before. So why are you doing that? So he has to make a choice between belts and obviously the money, and he's chosen the money. Tough one. I wish Opataya versus Bradis was on the Saudi Arabia card. Zorro is the same level as Thompson. Do you think Zorro's the same level as Thompson? When you look at the opponents that they've fought, you think? Don't know. The only way to see if they're at the same level is to put them in together, I guess, but I doubt that would happen. Okay. And I always say the pound for pound list. I'll leave that because everyone has different versions of it for different reasons why people are on that list. So I always leave that. That's open to discussion. Raoul de Bruin. Raoul de. Are you French? Parlez français, monsieur? What weight is Inoue? I was just looking at him the other day. Hold on. Oh, I can't remember. I don't know. Hold on. Inoue. Does he fight at Can? Great. Don't know. I don't know. Somebody in the chat say what weight Inoue is. Oh, he's 122 pounds. I think Eddie Hearn said it in a interview with Boxing Social. Don't quote me on it though, but I'm sure I read it on Twitter that he's going to relinquish. What? Who could fight up Inoue? Don't know. Mr. Only you. Only you. Only you. Only. In fact, let me just get that off here. Mr. A is sort of like, I think he's conspiring to get my channel banned. Espinoza beating Ramirez, though didn't see that coming. Espinoza was knocked down in the fifth and was stumbling about, but Espinoza fought like a true Mexican warrior. These Mexicans always find a way. Tough. Maxi Hughes. Maxi Hughes, he went up to world level, didn't he? And is Dalton British? Is he Commonwealth? What belts has Dalton got? And what has happened to Maxi Hughes? Is he still out? Raymond, I'm gonna back Sonny. I'm gonna back Sonny. I'm gonna do the British bias and have tunnel vision with it. 23rd of December, 2 weeks time. That ain't happening. I can just hear it now. Didn't have enough time. Just come off a fight. Just been in camp. Blah blah blah. That ain't happening. Even though that's the fight that should have happened, because the only reason why Masternak is fighting Chris Billam-Smith is because Masternak stepped aside, allegedly, from fighting Opataya, didn't he? So Richard could fight him. So you could say that this is calling in a favour. Sonny's giving Curtis Wood. What? Why? What's happened with that? I don't know. Oh, see, I bounce in and out on Twitter. What's happened there? And if it's like gossip and stuff, I don't tend to listen to it anyway. Sonny will be forced to trade. I think Bam will make him. Yeah, he might have to. I'll be doing a watch along for that though. I think we'll start that one at about 3 a.m. So I'll be up Sunday morning, definitely doing a watch along for that. I understand Dalton Smith wants step-ups, but Hughes was robbed versus Gambosos. Yes, he was. It's disrespectful to Hughes being offered a Smith fight and 2 big step-up for Smith. Yeah, he did beat Gambosos. That was horrific, that was. Another one. Good evening, Karma. Good evening. I want to back Sonny, but I'm from San Antonio, so I can't be disloyal. You've got to be loyal to your own. That's normal. And I respect that. May the best man win. But you know, Sonny's a character. Riatpur is one of the most mismanaged fighters. Elaborate on that. That's a good discussion. Why do you think so? Masternak is 100. Oh, he's not. So what? You don't think he stands a chance against Chris Billam-Smith, Mr. A? Apologies if you've just joined. I'm Abs of October Red. I'm wearing a chiffon coat. It's not a thick hoodie. I'm not cold, and I have paid the electric bill just. But if you want to make any donations, if you think that I can't afford my electric bill, you know what to do. My super chats are always open. This is the live watch along for the boxer card, which headlines Billam-Smith and Mateusz Masternak, who is an experienced and I like to call well-seasoned fighter who allegedly has waited 17 years for this opportunity. He's fought a plethora of fighters, including Tony Bellew, Dorticos. He's been in the World Boxing Series. And I don't think he's finished. And I think that he should be able to put on a really good performance against Chris Billam-Smith tonight. Yes, Chris should win. Of course he should. But it's still risky because this is a good step up for Chris Billam-Smith. He could box like Devin last night. I don't know. I've missed that. Is that you asking me to do it politely, or should I know what Maxi Hughes is doing? Should I know what every single fighter in boxing is doing? Maybe I should. Maybe I need to get up to date. And maybe you need to work on your delivery. Yeah, I know Maxi was robbed huge against Gambo. So Sonny should outbox him. He should, because he's quite slick. Sonny is. Definitely. I like Billam-Smith, VJ, but he was just as terrible as a Coley in their fight. I hope he makes a statement this fight. All right, in regards to Sonny Edwards, fair enough. We'll see. We've got less than a week to find out. You'll get used to my sarcasm. Honestly. Maybe I should. Maybe I should catch up with Maxi Hughes. I'll take it. But there's just so many of them to catch up with. And usually the only time I catch up with fighters like Maxi Hughes is if he's fighting. So I'll see him at a press conference because I don't go to every single gym in the UK. SK. I like it. Yeah. British humour. Edwards is going to school Bam. Listen, we'll be here live anyway from 3 a.m. in the morning because I like the fact that there's a lot of British fighters going out there. Matchroom haven't just said, let's get some, local fighters, fighters that are known out there. I'll tell you what, we're going to bring the Brits out there. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to the fights on that card, and especially young Junaid Bostan. I think Junaid Bostan goes out there. I like him. He's a good kid. He's cheeky. He's got that attitude, and he can punch. Ezrevi Ranyu, you would like him because he can punch. I hope you're up to date with him. He lost to Gunbolsters a few months, but yeah, I know he lost. I know it was a robbery. It was terrible. One of the guys that works for Boxing Social, Matt Lenahan, shout out to him. He did all the pulse fight and leading up to the fight work with Maxi Hughes. Sad to see that was. I posted the scorecards on my social media because it was horrific. I think Top Rank paid for those people to come to cheer for Gambot. Well, nothing would surprise me. Toby Bartlett. Toby. Sorry, Toby, there's no ring girls tonight. Soz. You have to listen to commentary. How are you? Oh, my Lord. Oh, my God. Billam-Smith needs to stop him for me to make me give him some more credit as a champion. We'll see. We'll see. Nope. I haven't. But what I will be doing is the weekend review, which will be out on Monday around midday, and it'll be on there. But thanks for your input. Rahul. Riatport is 33 and had 17 fights, had all the talent, but way too inactive. I will agree with that. Too inactive for my likings as well. Now it's too late to really reach his full potential after 35. Most fighters go backwards. I don't know. I'm not going to give up on him just yet. I agree with the first part of that, definitely. I don't like inactivity. Inactivity is just the worst thing for any fighter. He's ringside tonight, so let's see what happens with the headline. No. But you can talk about it in here, though. Oh. I expect massive improvement from Sonny. He was way too complacent versus Andre Campos. He's lucky Campos had nothing to hurt him. Sonny do that v Bam, and he's taking the win. As in Bam will take the win. Yeah. We've got two completely different styles with Sonny and Bam, haven't we? And we're going to see those styles collide. It's a good fight. I think it will be entertaining because, like one of you guys said in the chat, Bam's going to force him. I think he might take the lead. I know Sonny's comfortable with being on the back foot. Let's see what kind of pressure Bam can put on Sonny to see if he'll force him into a fight. But I'm confident in Sonny Edwards' ability. He's very slick and he's got really good ring generalship. I don't know, you're thinking, but he can work his way around a ring. So he's got, ooh, interesting. Kano, aka Sully of Top Boys at the back. When you wish that you went to Bournemouth. Soz. Sorry. Some comments stay with me. And you really made me laugh last week because you're all like sunshine and light, and I don't really see that side. Obviously, we don't because it's on. I don't even get to see your faces. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know who I'm talking to. So that made me laugh last week. Oh, well done, Lauren. Lauren got the win. She did a better job than anyway. Fair play to her. Richard is put in the business of boxing before the sport, and I don't blame him. However, he's missed his peak. I can't write him off. Maybe it's because I'm biased. I don't know. If I was looking, if I'm just trying to think, I'm sitting on the outside and I'm watching. Inactivity has been a curse for him. Obviously, he had to sit out a contract. He said that he had to sit out for over 2 years or whatever. Came back to boxer. He was building and building and building, and then all of a sudden, obviously, we know what happened, and he's just been sat around waiting. Had a blow over fight the other day to keep him warm. Um, let's see what happens for 2024. Ideally, of course, everyone would have liked to have seen him fight Jaya Pattaya over in Saudi because it would have made loads of money and it would have been a good fight. But this year's written off for him. He's had two fights, one in January, one in November. He's got to make 2024 his year. He's always ranted on that he wants to go up to heavyweight, so we'll see what happens. More ways to make more money, I guess. I haven't really got much of a view on it. I'll probably leave that up to the chat. SK Dyer, can't wait. I'm English. I'll be staying up for that. Sonny will raise his levels. We know what Bam's going to do. Sonny's got options. Devin put on a masterclass. Regis is no mug either. Spot on, SK. I couldn't agree more. And the thing is, I've been seeing loads of comments saying that Regis is a bum. How is Regis a bum? The people are so fickle. Yeah, it will be a chess match. I think I agree. I had to confess. What did she say, Toby? It's all banter, though. I think has already it's overachieved, in my opinion. Props to him and Shane. Billam-Smith, sorry, has overachieved. So props to him and Shane. I hope he can get a money fight. Yeah, I agree. Stop. Stop. Prograis versus Marku. Didn't Prograis say that he'd probably want to fight Rowley? Did he say Rowley? Who did he say? He said he wants to have a couple of fights and then he wants to drift over to MMA. So his long-term goal is not to stay in boxing. Let me just see what young Lauren says. Bear with. I turned over as an Olympic gold medalist. People expected her to move fast. She's had a run out as a professional and she's getting better. and she said that she believes she beat both Jonas and Maya. Fair play. Congratulations to Lauren Price. Absolutely lovely young lady. So I wish her all the best. Bam beats him, I'm afraid. Remember, I told you. Sorry, guys. You'll have to troll us in the comments next week if you get up. Regis is a beast, and I thought he beat Taylor. Did you? Interesting. I can't believe that the IBF are going to strip up a tire because he's taking the Saudi 2030. Yeah. Well, to be fair, somebody was commented earlier that they do agree with the decision because they thought that obviously the IBF they're not happy with the opponent. But yeah, 2 weeks notice is poor to me. Regis is real, no BS, American smack talk. You can let his S&C coach do. Listen, I was looking for him in all the post-fight press conferences, the post-fight interviews that he had. I was trying to see where he is. So if anybody's got any footage of the S&C coach anywhere, I just post it on my latest post so I can have a look at it. Because he did a really good job of talking up the fight and then disappeared. But I guess that happens. She gave me a funny look to start with, but she did find, oh. Yeah, that's the thing. When it's on YouTube, it's out there, isn't it? But it's humor. You've got to have humor. You're human. Oh, no, you bloody don't. Why am I not at the show? Because I wanted to spend my Sunday evening with you online. I'll name this account later. I don't need to go to all the shows, do I? So that I'll just choose not to go to all the shows. Because they're very expensive as well. So I pick and choose which shows that I go to, but I will try and attend. Say, for example, if they have media events that are in London or Manchester or whatever, I'll attend those. But Bournemouth weren't seeing me this year. I've been there twice. Regis will come again. Devon is just special. We need him and Shakur to fight. Tank won't. Garcia will. And yeah, Regis Taylor could have gone either way, in my opinion. Fair enough. You know, I tried to get I can tell you now because it flopped. I tried for the past few days to get Jai Apataya to come on to watch the main event with me. But obviously, because I'm not in the know and I can't contact him directly, I can on Instagram, but he's not going to see it because he doesn't follow me. I couldn't get him to come on. But for the main event, and obviously due to him fighting in 2 weeks, I wanted to have him as a guest so we could talk about the fight with Smith and Masternak, but that flopped. So that was going to be a little cheeky little surprise for you. But unfortunately, you've just got me. And then I also reached out to Chevron Clark as well, because he seems to be a cruiserweight that's going a little bit under the radar. People aren't really, talking about him. I've mentioned that I'd like to see him fight Vidal Riley, etc., stuff like that. But people ain't really talking about him. So I wanted him to come on the show as well. So I reached out to him. But apparently, he's in Bournemouth, so he can't. So yeah. How long I have for a good question? What do you mean? What does that mean? Mr. A, what fighters do you like? I'm just because I'm not. But which fighters do you like? When you look at fighters of this of now, which fighters do you actually like? Yeah, Vidal, he can fight. I like what his dad has done with him. Yeah, very, very good trainer, very like close knit, family as well. Vidal, I think he's been recently picked up by 258, but he's a social media machine. I know everyone's like, social media, but he's a massive huge he was a boxer before anyway, but he fought in America. Then he built up obviously all the YouTube stuff. So he's got a massive presence on social media. Brands will love him. He's good for advertisement. He can fight as well. Very intelligent, young. I'm sure he's only about 24 or 25. Trained by his father. 258 have recently picked him up as a management company, I believe, as well. So yeah, we need to see him out. I think did he say he wanted to fight Isaac Chamberlain? Can't remember. No, I'm not doing that till the 23rd. The 23rd, I'm gonna get people coming in on the live. That's when I'll throw the link in the chat. Um, it's another one where I haven't really got any thoughts on it. Um, I don't think some fighters should do it and then some fighters don't. I think if they do 3 minutes, everyone needs to do it. They need to do it across the board. I appreciate that in the beginning, maybe it will have some resistance. There was obviously a reason why they said ladies should fight 2 minutes and up to 10. Um, I don't know. I'll leave that to the scientists, the S&C coaches, the ones that have biologically come up with their reasoning as to why women shouldn't fight for 12 rounds over 3 minutes. I'm not really bothered, if I'm honest. Um, yes, the women's rounds seem to go quicker. There's some implication that maybe they'd slow down because they've got another minute to obviously show power, etc. There's an argument, but I guess I've never known anything different, so I'm not really phased by it, if I'm honest. Vidal can win the British. You think that he beats Isaac? Bit like Devon and Bill? Yeah, absolutely. You reckon? Just like that? Who's the army? Kevin Mitchell? Oh, Harley Ben. I ain't really seen much of him. Are you trolling? I don't know, with you. I bet he's trolling. I can't even take you. I'm not even taking you seriously. I think I saw he wanted to fight Isaac Chamberlain a week. Okay, fair enough. And that's an in-house fight, so they'll probably do that then. That'll be the easy fight to make. No, no. Oh, here we go. Ben Whitaker's coming on. We must have silence and order. Ben Whitaker, who I like a lot as a fighter and as a businessman, is about to make his ring entrance. I'm going to go quiet in a bit. You know what Ben did for me as well the other day? I went and did some filming with him in the gym and that, and had a conversation with him. And he gave me, because he knows I'm a massive Adidas fan and I love red. And he just gave me I says, oh, they're nice gloves. And he just says, oh, do you want them? I was like, huh? He goes, yeah, you can have them. And just gave me his gloves. Just Ben's a lovely kid. Not just because he gave me Adidas gloves, because he's intelligent. Here we go. Well, let's have a look. Oh, it's Kanye West song. I'm trying to work out. Oh, there's a girl in a balaclava doing ballet. We like this. I used to do ballet when I was very young, and my ballet teacher said to me, "You'll never be a ballerina because your bottom is way too big." Yeah, and that was the end of me being a ballerina. I like this. Oh, someone's playing on the piano live as well. Good stuff. I like the balaclava and the black tutu and the black ballet shoes. I like it. I like it. Let's see what happens. Oh, well done. It's me being biased again. Come on, Ben. Oh, look at his outfit. Is that zebra? Adidas. Oh, he's wearing red gloves. Come on, Ben. You're really, like I said, a really nice kid. Support him. He's intelligent. He understands about the business. What I like about him is he's got such a tight circle. He keeps like his father's his coach, his godfather's his coach. Fair enough, he's got sugar in there as well. I hear that. His strength and conditioning coach is his brother. He's got like his best mates that he's had around him since he was a kid. There's probably only one I see him with, and then obviously his missus, and that's it. You know, he's a little bit socially awkward. So, you see this like different persona and people like, oh, they've got a lot of negative stuff to say. That's sort of like an alternative persona that he's got. And I get it. I get it. 100% get it. It's got nothing to do with him being from 5 miles down the road from me. That's got nothing to do with it. Promise. Let's have a look. This Italian kid looks like he was up for it as well. Oh, I love that. I just love Adidas. Is Vidal versus Chamberlain too big step up for Vidal in his career, or is it the right fight to chase after Isaac? I think Isaac's had a strange career so far. So yeah, I agree, Chris. I think it'd be an interesting fight, and I think I do agree. You know, Isaac was on this trajectory, and then kind of like after he fought a Coley, things sort of like dressed back for him. But he's coming through and he's getting to where he needs to go. Yeah, a good fight with him and Vidal. I think Vidal's a little bit underrated as well. So yeah, definitely would be a good fight. Oh, Scorpios, they're my favorite people. So good evening. Oh, are you supporting Masternak? You from Poland? I don't know how to say good evening in Polish, but that's a good username. Come on, Ben. I want to see women fight the same rounds and minutes as men, to be honest. Okay, that's a debate for the chat. When are you getting a contract with DAZN or BT? Don't take this as sexist, but I'm sick of seeing some women. Oh, I think they like a certain look, and I don't think I'm that look. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I could do what they do all day long, but they want a certain look. So yeah, he's a bleeder. That's what I mean. I got to it and I thought, I think it's when I got to Kevin Mitchell's name, I went, nah, I'm not having this. Um, don't know. I don't even speak. I rarely speak about him anymore. I'm not there's nothing to figure out. Let's just see how he fights when he goes up against Otto Wallin. I don't even think I mentioned him when I went to the press conference. The only thing I don't like is the trainer hopping. But I've always said that about every fighter. It makes me nervous. Here we go. Seconds out, round one. Ben goes in, takes the lead. Nice side on, relaxed. He's wearing red. Come on. He gets into range, nice and easy. Just cool, collected, not fussed. I've watched him spar as well. I'll tell you what, but I can't talk about sparring. But anyway, some counters, spins his opponents. He's shot put. Sorry, I need to be serious. He just spun his opponent. The slip, a 1-2, knocks his opponent backwards. Nice. It's not even. It's not even. Ben is just Ben. Ben Whittaker is Ben Whittaker. So comfortable, so relaxed. He's wearing red, so he's going to be lucky. Dredge is trying to, if that's how you pronounce his name, he's trying to get inside. Ben's not really letting him. Nice stiff jab and a hook to Brejarge. Once again, tries to get him. Oh. The ref's going to have a word. Yeah, he was on his knee, but he didn't get knocked down. Ben slips out the way, turns and spins around. I don't even know how you comment. How do you commentate? A 1-2 from Ben. I don't know where he gets his energy from, you know. Nice slip and counter. You know, when you see fighters smile, you know they've hurt. Nice 1-2 from Dredge. You can see that he wants to get inside, but Ben is looking confident either way, whether he's inside or outside. But he's got this like this whipping, like this looping hook. But from range, it's not short range. It's just nice and it's looping. And it connects every time. 20 seconds left, and it's an 8-rounder. Getting a bit hot now. Might have to take my coat off. It's comfortable. I like the fact that he's not always on his toes, but he's still quite light-footed. The ref shouting, "Get on with it." Round 1 down. Comfortable fight. It's when you get in the ring with him and he's doing all of that stuff, it's gonna frustrate you, just like it frustrates the fans. Some of the fans that don't like it. Yeah, it will frustrate the opponent even more for sure. Levels and gears. Chamberlain, glad he won, but that's his level in my opinion. Vidal can go further, and Ben is going to be a multi-weight champion. I like Ben. He kind of reminds me of Chonky back in the day. His boxer's lifeline. He's hold on. His reflexes, though, to be able to move out the way. Reflexes, speed. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Straight for the center of the ring. Feels out the jab. Some head movement. Bit more cautiousness now with him, with both of them. You can see Dredge is like he's trying to find. He's trying to find like the perfect spot to be able to throw the shots at Ben. But you can see how Ben is so slight on his front feet. Like I said, he's not on his toes, but he's slight. So he's able to get in and out of range very, very quickly. So Dredge throwing a 1-2. I think he just landed the 2 there. countering from Ben. Double jab from Ben. Let's have a look. Is that ref for Brummy as well? Oh, lovely shot. You got him on a pivot as well. What was that? A backhand? Yeah, he just pivoted. I think Ben's even frustrating the ref here. 1 second. It's the way that he just pivoted off that backhand. He can counter, he can throw first. He's strong and he's definitely fit. I've been there and seen his training regimes. His brother is a monster when it comes to the stuff that he does for him in the gym, when it comes to the conditioning training. And like I said, he likes to keep it all in house. So he's got a close group of people around him. Dredge is getting Dredge Eyes. Is that Dredge Eyes getting into range now? Let's have a look. Now both hands have come up from Ben. You can see that the opponent's starting to get into range. Move. Shove him off. That's it. What I'd like to see from Ben is just get lit. That's it. Here we go. Start to let his hands go. Slip the shots, but let them hands go. Don't gas yourself out. But that's what he's doing. He's started to put his foot down a bit now. And that's what we want to see. Oh, Tyler Denny's there. Oh, bless. Tyler Denny as well. Shout out the West Mids in the house tonight. Lovely, lovely. Nice gloves, great for winter. Lama does ballet and music. For real, Lama's dad made them footwork. Footwork is key. Footwork is key. Oh, I missed that again. My teacher didn't. Imagine, I was only about 12. Yeah, fair enough. I know he's not everyone's cup of tea, but I like him. Jesus God, no. What happened there? Surviving sobriety. Good evening. I can't believe no stations in the. Uh, I think it's on Peacock in America. In America, I think it's on Peacock. Eddie's cool. I have reached out to him actually because I've tried to get him to come on. You know the lives that I do with like Gareth A. Davis. I'm trying to get Eddie to come on one, but it's failing all the time. He's just too busy. Too busy for me. But I have tried to get him on as well, just to do something different. But it's another thing that's flopped. There we go. He's letting his hands go now. Go on, Ben. Give him a good beating. This is what I wanted to see him go through the gears. That's it. Show him that you can pressure him. Show him that, yeah, you can take his shots. You can move out the way, counter him, hit him, wear him out. See, he's tired. You can see round 3, look at the club, like the slow shots that his opponent's throwing. He just frustrates the hell out of his opponents. Brendan Ingle once said, a fight will use you for your knowledge and then abuse you and accuse you for a reference towards NASD. Interesting. Yeah, count him. He looks at the corner. I told you. Listen, look at his face. He's smashed his face up. Come on, Ben. Come on, Whittaker. Go on, smash him up. There we go. Counter, counter, counter. Let your hands go. Let your hands go. But he's not even looking at him. He's just. he's, the, yeah, look. Comes. He's frustrating cons. The ref's warning him. Don't do it again. People are booing. People are clapping. Yeah, he has got a job to do, but he's still entertaining. Yeah. Let's have a look. He goes forward. He slips the shots. 1, 2. He's corner shouting, go again. Go again. Ten seconds left of round 3. Yeah, I think he can. We've got Vidal Riley saying that they'd like to see Ben get the finish the next round. You see, I told you, I can't even, his opponent was starting to weaken because the shots that he was throwing, you know, when you see a fighter when they're fresh and the start and everything's stiff and ramrod, it started to get slower, slower. Ben could see the shots coming, started to let his hands go and started to attack him. Beautiful screw shot, leaping overhands. Beautiful work from Ben Whittaker. And exactly what Toby Bartlett said. Ben wants to replicate that Nas persona and fight style. He's going to be a superstar. I don't even think that's just who he is. He's not even acting. I've seen him spar and he does the same thing in sparring. It's like when he steps into that ring, there's like a different kind of persona that comes out of him. Because when you speak to him outside of the ring, he's reserved. Don't get me wrong, he's got a sense of humor and all the rest of it. But when he gets in there, it's almost like mask off. Now I can be myself. So here we go. Right, Ben's got both of his hands up now, flicking out the double jab. And the thing is, I think his punches are making an impact. Uppercut, hook. What did he do? Stop whinging. 1, 2 coming from Ben, walking forward, counter. Oh, fucking! Oh, sorry, I swore. Shut down, down, down. And Ben goes over to him straight away, shows respect. That's all she wrote. Sorry. Yes, I swore. Whittaker is a talented kid, but in my opinion, Showboat, he needs to be toned down at least until he gets past the tomato can phase. It's just who he is, Mr. A. I don't even think I understand, but that's just who he is. Because imagine if he never did any of this, and then he gets to obviously he starts fighting what you want to call credible opponents, and then he starts doing it. He's like, well, who's this? He's never done that before. Why is he all of a sudden now? So you can't win. This is who he is, and he said it in the last conversation we had. This is going to be this style, this persona is going to follow me through my career. I'm comfortable with that. That's who I am. Thank you. Good evening, James. Home, James. Slapped. Anyway. Oh, they're giving him some oxygen. It's a shame Conor Benn isn't a bit heavier. Imagine. Is that a troll? That's definitely trolling. Not me. If you ah, he's gone over to his opponent again, showing him, oh, he's all right. And he shows that full respect for his opponent after, gives him a hug, all the rest of it. Very respectful. It's all just the show business. Here we go. Oh, that shot. Whack. Oh my God, that hook. Oh dear Lord. You got to make Fast Car Eddie laugh, show him the grind work effort, ask him for a shot. I asked, you know what I did ask? I did ask Eddie. I says, "Oh, Ed, what you saying? Can I do commentary on one of your fights?" And he just looked at me and went, "Nah." The one thing, let me take these off. The one thing with Eddie Hearn is he's just going to tell you straight. So I did ask. I asked to like commentary. Isn't I don't well, I think that's down it's down to preference. And you're in a sport where you're beating 7 shades of rubbish out of your opponent. He's always respectful post fight. He'll go up to them and he'll say thank you in the ring, lead up. That's all part of the show. It's all part of the show. No, I'm not putting that up. Yeah, I think you are, Dragon. 54 seconds. Round 4. He's so funny. He's got the skill and he's got the power. Good evening, iBoxing Hub. Good evening, good evening. Yeah, I think you're in the wrong chat. Unless you're just trying to be funny and you're not. I don't know. I'll judge Whittaker when against credible opposition. I don't like his showboating, but it's who he is. More action, less showboating is what I want. I think we got some action there because he just sparked out his opponent. And he's like, what is that, his 5th fight? Sometimes people rub you up the wrong way because of their personality grates against yours. But like I said, you're not going to get any chopping and changing with him. Prime example of a fighter, you know, when Anthony Joshua started out, you know, he's like Mr. Corporate, everyone loves him. And then all of a sudden he starts to show a different side to him, a side that nobody hasn't seen. And it's alarm and hate. And every time he says something now, everyone's getting the tape measure out and calculators and are trying to figure out what he's saying and why he's saying it. Ben Whittaker is Ben Whittaker, and that is that continuous stream of personality you're going to get through his career. And I think that's a good thing. And I think we can learn from fighters that maybe suppressed who they are for the sake of the public, for the sake of whatever, and then have shown their like who they are later on, and people just can't hack it. Get my words out. Yeah, let me see what he says. Bournemouth is where he had his debut. Yeah. Oh, bless him. Showboating is an acquired taste. Andy Scott. Yeah, he's doing the playback. They're showing him the rerun. That's all she wrote. I've seen it with my son fighters. He watches is what he'll try and replicate. Been in the Repton Amateur Gym a few times, as well as some great kids fight. some great kids do fight out of Repton. Repton's got a good reputation, isn't it? Consistency. Consistency, and those of us that are on some sort of spectrum will understand that consistency. We're random, and we're not everyone's cup of tea, but we're very consistent. And you'll consistently love us, or you'll consistently hate us, but we are consistent. Um, yep, he's respectful outside the ring. Well said. Ben Whittaker's, I'll name his account later. Ben Whittaker's cocky behaviour will hurt his brand and popularity. Well, I don't think it will hurt his popularity. And let's be honest. Who wants to win a popularity contest? If everyone likes you, you're doing something wrong. I will never pride myself and say I'm somebody that wants to be liked by everybody. I'd like it to be 50-50 or maybe even 70-30, with only 30% liking me, 10%, 5%, whatever. It's not a popularity contest. And he's just going to do what he's going to do anyway, and we'll love it or we'll hate it, but he's going to do it. But like Floyd Mayweather, a lot of people don't like him. They'll watch him because they'll want to see him get battered. So when you talk about ruining brands or popularity, people will still watch him. If people are watching him, it's creating eyes. Eyes means numbers. Numbers mean revenue. In this day and age, but like I said, and like he said, like, Ben said, Ben Shalom, Andy Scott TKO, it's an acquired taste. But I tell you something, everyone's going to be talking about him. Surviving. Have you got Peacock? If you're in America, what's that Peacock channel called? Somebody put it in the chat earlier. You can watch it. You can watch it in if you're in the US. Stivian should never have been in the same ring as Whittaker. It could have caused him serious damage. They've sparred before. They've chose him. Was he a winning record fighter as well? Hold on a minute. I'm sure I had his record up. Yeah, he's got a winning record. So when you say he shouldn't be in the ring with him, what's the reason for that? Because he's on a winning record. He's not like a losing record fighter. So we'll elaborate. He's going to cause a couple of people damage. Okay, it's time for you to go. Step up. He's had this is his 5th fight. Those of you go and watch Mike Tyson's there's a documentary of Mike Tyson with his promoters and his managers, the team that he had behind him, and watch how they're building. They're building for his first 20 fights. They're matchmaking him with fighters that he'd win, but they might aesthetically look like they could beat him. That's why Mike Tyson was bowling over so many people at the beginning of his career. But now we're rushing fighters that are in their 5th fight to step up. They're still building. They're still learning. What's the rush? We have that. And then when the fighters come up short, oh, you got found out. They're not even experienced. Yes, he's high amateur pedigree. But you're saying, so his 6th fight, he should be stepping up to what? This fighter had a winning record. They're giving him fighters with winning records, higher experience. I'm sure did he have, how many fights did this kid have? I wrote it down, now I can't find it. The fighters need experience. Professional fighting, amateur fighting, almost 2 different styles of boxing. They've said that. Listen to the fighters, they'll tell you themselves. It's a little bit of a change. So some of them say, oh, yeah, my style's suited to the pros. I'm better off in the pros. But it's completely different. And I do believe that the professional fighters should be built. They do need to be built. But I don't know. Oh, he's broke his jaw. There you go. He hasn't changed one bit. Hasn't changed one bit. Yeah, get the likes up. Bless him. Nah, Richard's not on the card. I think he's on comms, and the headline's coming up next. So Richard is ringside, waiting to see what happens, because then obviously it's protect. If the rule is, the unwritten rule is, if Billam-Smith comes through this fight, then Riatpur could be ordered. Apparently, he's not ordered yet, so he could fight him next. But if Masternak wins, a Coley will then get that fight. That's the hymn sheet that we're singing off this week. But no, I'll name this account later. It's not on there. It might not have hurt Naz, but not everyone's Naz. And you can name that one fighter in isolation, but how many other fighters can you name that? I'm looking at, Naz is a great, but one of the prime examples that I always go by is how fighters like Mike Tyson were built, how fighters like Muhammad Ali were built. Have a look at their early opponents. They've got to learn. They've got to get the rounds in. They're not going to be, if you look at who Ben started off with, fight number 1, to who he's fought now, it is a step up, but the step ups are gradual. They don't need to be up steep mountains. Build the fighters, get them the experience. Have a listen to Peter Fury's last conversation that I had, and he'll explain all of that, what you're saying. There's no need to rush them. Build them. Yeah, Richard Riatpur on comms. He's obviously talking about Chris Billam-Smith. Same as Eubank Senior and Junior. Watch them lose. Either way, they get paid. That's it, NBC, Peacock. I'll be interested to see an opponent who will land on Whittaker, and let's see how Whittaker reacts. Let's see if he's not looking, then trust me, you won't like it to have one landing on him. Time will tell, Chris. Like I said, his style is an acquired taste. Not everyone's going to like it. Some of us will and some of us won't. Some of us see it as arrogance. Some of us see it as confidence. But either way, we're going to be talking about him. And the more we talk about him, the more he's worth. If you really, the thing is, some people realize it. If you want someone to fail, stop talking about them, mute them, because then people forget about them. But if you really don't like someone and you're talking about them, all you're doing is giving them credit. It's like almost like fan behavior, because you're giving them props. If you don't like them, and then everyone stops talking about them, and then they're worth nothing then, aren't they? Whittaker in the UK will not be received well. I remember Nas getting loads of criticism because of the way he was. Floyd Mayweather getting loads of criticism because of the way he was. It happens. It's that, like I said, it's that acquired taste. Because Ben is levels above, but Boxer can't afford to move him quicker financially. You think that's a reason? I think Sky Sports have heavily invested in the Olympians, and I think when it comes to investing in like certain fighters, I think they'll pull the stops out for them. But the best way to build a fighter is to build them properly. There's no need to rush. Increments, as long as there's increases in the incremental increases, I don't see what the problem is. If he wasn't getting them out of there and he was going rounds, then I guess we wouldn't have anything to say. But he's getting people out of there, and that can sometimes make their opponent look poor. We were talking about that earlier. You don't think he'll be a world champion? It's still early days. Didn't people say the same exactly about Ali showboating and trash talk when he first started as a pro and it didn't harm his career? Short memories, like I said, people are often remembered and given credit when they're no longer here, or how he ended up ill in his later life. It's just the way it is. You're never really appreciated by the people that are around you at the time. It's others that have a look back at your work and think, flipping heck, look how he was. Ali had a big mouth on him and he was always trash talking. Entertainer. Learn a little bit more. Lucas D, learn a little bit more about players' careers because you are in vain. I don't know. Give us some context, Lucas. You think it's soft matchmaking? I think there's there's an increase in who his opponents are. Who do you think he should be fighting then? Soft matchmaking ends up being a facade and and he may not be fully prepared when it comes to time to step up. You don't know who he's sparring, do you? He can only fight who's put in front of him. And like I said, I'll stand by what I said. You'll stand by what you said. I don't think there's any need to rush the fighter. He feels a million miles away from Callum Johnson, Smith, and Yard. Still a baby. He needs to learn his craft, get undeserved stick, but showboating against stepping stones doesn't help. It's his character. But I agree. I can't explain his character anymore. I've explained it for about 15 minutes, or probably longer than that. It's just the way he is. And he is a million miles away from those guys. He's still a baby. And yeah, he does need to learn his craft. But like I said, that showboating thing is just part of who he is. Yeah, because it was legendary, but it was Teddy Atlas that put the work in with Tyson. Ben just behind Vidal for me, only a bit. Ben's going to be a superstar. Like I said, it's one of them, innit? Masternak win and teach the culture of this pseudo. Oh, Lucas, are you from Poland? So Masternak will win. It's good that we've got some Masternak supporters in here. And when you say pseudo gentleman, what does that mean? Fake man. Eubank shows arrogance outside the ring. Only seen Eubank Jr. showboat once, which was versus Liam Smith. But let's keep it. Liam Williams, sorry. Liam Smith, that's all he fought. But let's be real, it was Liam Williams. And at press conferences. Only 3 Furies I can listen to. Peter, Huey, Shane, all talk sense. John and Tyson just waffle, in my opinion. Eubank Senior's main fans wanted him to lose. There you go. Same as Naz's. Most tuned in to see him lose. Spot on. A hater is as valuable as a lover in boxing. We all pay to watch. The Weasel. You need to change that name to the Bear. The Lion. Because a weasel doesn't make comments like that. Yeah, I read about that. And then Sky said she's docking her in it. WBC said they're not happy to do the 3-minute rounds, and she wants to be a trailblazer for it, which Amanda Serrano is a trailblazer in the sport, in the world of female boxing. So to her, legacy is more important than belts. It's time for the main event. It's gone quickly today, 1 hour and 39. You can purchase this water bottle off TikTok. It's about £2 or something. Here we go. So what we're saying now, come on. Predictions. Who's going to win? I spoke with Mateusz Masternak, and I'll tell you something. He is hungry to win this. He wants that belt. He was emotional when I spoke to him. I asked him what would it mean after 17 years of you winning a world title, and he took a big deep breath, and he said he would just take it home to his family and his girlfriend and he'd be so happy. He's in the ring. Masternak's in the ring. They just can't risk it with Ben Adam as he moving quicker because we know he's gonna go. You reckon? You'll have to. I'll tell you what. You know what? iBoxing Hub. You need to host your own lives, and then you can have these debates. You've got to start doing the lives. Azim not going to be a superstar, but a world champion. Oh, it's my comrade from Holland. Good evening. How are you? Good to see you back. I think with the Olympians, you can afford to move them up a bit faster. I did say there is that debate, although different, they've got a ton of experience under the belt. I get that, and I think that's what's expected of them. But like I said, I think there's a massive difference. Oh gosh, Billam looks really. He almost looks solemn. I think there's room for a bit of bending with that kind of stereotype that we have about the Olympians. I think if Ben Whittaker was with Matchroom and DAZN, he'd be on a steep curve because Eddies want to push him, push him, push him. But I think with Boxer, it's going to be a lower incline. Bloody hell. Billam-Smith looks like friggin' Undertaker. Oh, he's got Kano walking him out. The gentleman has Sully walking him out from Top Boy. We love it. Billam-Smith's just a lovely guy. Lovely guy. Oh, and he can shift some bloody tickets, can't he? I'll leave that for you guys. Inga, good evening. If that's you on your profile picture, you're very pretty. CBS within 6 rounds. Okay. Okay. You reckon he's going to stop him? I reckon he's going to be looking for a stoppage. Billam-Smith on points. Inga Masternak's going to win. Split decision. Toby Bartlett saying for CBS. Masternak. Oh, I don't know how to you pronounce is wrong. The stress goes at the end. Inga, I'm not even going to try and pronounce the name correctly. But thank you for correcting me that I have pronounced it wrong. I did speak to him. He never corrected me on his name being pronounced like that. But I'll take your word for it, Inga, because if you're from Poland, you know how to pronounce Polish surnames. Here we go. Billam-Smith between round 4 and 6. Here we go. Main event time. Oh, national anthem time. Hold on. Billam-Smith wins ugly. Maybe a late stoppage, but a win's a win. Got national anthems. Are you doing another 2 hours? Nah, I won't be doing another 2 hours. Sorry. I tend to recap on my review that I put out on a Monday. I might do it one day. Maybe. Maybe we could do like a live lounge where we kind of like hang out. Everyone gets involved, and then we kind of like discuss boxing. We could do that. I won't be doing it today though. I need to catch up on some sleep. DJ Clockwise, big up yourself. We don't say the L word on here, Inga. There you go. I love this. You got to support the other channels. This will be the main topic for our live show on Wednesday. There you go, guys. I usually back our own lads, but I wouldn't be fussed if CBS got ice. He's just one of them vanilla. Nothing kind of boxers to me. Okay. Everyone's got their own opinion, I guess. Competitive, agree with AP. That's how I'm feeling. Billam-Smith needs to see far more from him to make me give him more credit as a champion. And as you said earlier, he was gifted a title by Okoli because Okoli was hugging. Close decision for Billam-Smith from the Lion. Here we go. Oh no, we've got to do the British anthem now. National anthem, sorry. God save the King. The audience are on their feet. It's the aftermath of this that I'm kind of like looking forward to. Do you know what I mean? I'm getting nervous now. Here we go. Anthems are at a close. I'm not putting up what Mr. A says. Close decision. Yeah, talented. What if there's an upset? What if there's an upset? Good evening, Boyaka. Good evening. You know what? Here we go. Here we go. Look, got Billam's doing some shadow boxing before he starts. Come on, guys. Oh. I've got to apologise early for my swearing. When Ben knocked his opponent out. Yeah, soz. Shouldn't be swearing on here. Don't usually swear. Here we go. God, that crowd is lively. I doubt it. Oh, you know what? Because I was in my bed and obviously I can watch the DAZN app on my phone, I just thought I ain't getting up. That's what I said. That's why I said, if you see me live, I'm live. If you don't, it's one of them. I was thinking about it, but I just couldn't be bothered to get up. The F word. See, they've pronounced it. Inga. They've pronounced it Masternak. Masternak. Bloody hell. Flipping heck. Come on, Chris, you got to knock this geezer out. (6'3". Lovely, lovely guy as well. But Masternak's lovely too. They're both lovely. I don't even check the likes. I never do that, you know. Last week's the views were good last week. We closed on 2.7K. We closed. So that was good. I think we've closed on 3.1K for the Katie Taylor, Chantal Cameron, Katie Taylor fight. Jay Lanks, good evening. How you doing? Where you been, Jay Lanks? He's geezer. Yeah, he shouldn't have. You're supposed to stay. Here we go. Here we go. Everyone climbing out the ring. It's goal time. Here we go. Billam looking in good shape. Here we go. Billam-Smith keen to take the centre, but so is Masternak. Masternak's got a red long sock on. Has he got problems with his veins? He goes in and he jabs first. Billam ducks and goes for the body. Both stars have sort of got like a traditional stance, which I like. Billam's going straight in for the punches. He's not holding back. He's not waiting. Masternak is punching back. Billam's punches look like they're harder, pushing Masternak back. Billam takes center of the ring. Masternak punches back. Billam attacks the body. Good start. We're not even 30 seconds in. Masternak comes forward, takes center of the ring, throws out the jabs. I don't think he's going to have the power for this. I think Billam's going to get him. But it's early. We've got 3 minutes left. Oh, Billam's not doing the hugging, is he? Ref separates the two. High guard, tuck up. Chris. Was it Chris that said about the hugging? Interesting that. Both of them are in the clinch. Masternak on the ropes. Ref separates the two. 1 minute 30 left. Masternak attacks the body. Billam strolls straight for the head. To be fair, okay. I don't know. I don't think this is going the distance. Who said 4 to 6 rounds? Masternak looks a little bit panicky. Don't get me wrong. He's throwing shots back, but he's on the back foot. He doesn't look comfortable in there. Billam's catching him with shots coming in. He's jabbing Billam back. Jab. Battle of the jabs at the moment. Head going back from Billam-Smith. Masternak's got reddening on the face. Backhand from Billam-Smith to Masternak. Billam throws out the jab. Hits to the body. Let's have a look. Maybe Masternak's this type of nervous fighter. Both of the men in the clinch. Billam hooks. Masternak hooks. Ref keeps a close eye. Does he have to separate? 15 seconds left in the first round. Nice, lovely jab coming in from Masternak, but Chris literally launches an attack into him. Both end up back in the clinch. Billam-Smith clearly the bigger cruiserweight. Round 1 over. That was a good start, that is. Dazza, good evening. How are you, Dazza? October Red and I Boxing Hub are my 2 favorite boxing channels. CBS is jabbing him hard. Yeah, you can see, Phil, you can see the power coming in from his punches, can't you? And you can see. So let me just keep an eye on this one. But Masternak come back, but Billam-Smith just looks like his punches are harder. Vidal Riley's saying that he knows Billam wants to have his fighter in at close quarters and he believes that's what's going to happen later on. So in other words, CBS wants to get inside. Yeah, they need to sponsor me. Adidas need to sponsor me. They need to. Billam goes it straight in with the attack, pushing back. Both men in the clinch. He's tying up Masternak. Ref separates the two and says, stop holding. Masternak's parrying the jab that Billam-Smith is trying to get to his body, but Billam-Smith pushes forward once again with those thudding shots, the jab and the right to the body. Men once again in the clinch. Masternak's trying to get out of it. The ref comes in to separate. We are round 2, guys. If you've just joined, welcome. I'm Abs of October Red, and this is a live watch along. Masternak was coming back with a couple of shots then as Billam-Smith was left wide open. Oh, he's in the fight now. Masternak's definitely in this fight. Inga, your boy's waking up. Whoever else is in here for Masternak, put up your Polish flags. I want to see the Polish flags and I want to see the British flags. Show us who you're supporting. 1 minute 40 left in round 2. Billam-Smith's pushing forward with that jab, but Masternak's... I like Masternak's feints. He keeps feinting. Bang. 1-2 from Masternak. Jab from Masternak. Jab from Chris Billam-Smith. Backhand from Chris Billam-Smith. Both of them once again in the clinch as they try and exchange. AP, you said this fight's going to be boring. This fight ain't boring. Mr. A. Mr. A. Where are you? Mr. A. 1, 2, 3 coming in from Masternak. That pushed Billam-Smith back then, but he comes forward with his own jab. Oh dear, Masternak's putting a 1-2 in at Chris Billam. Another 1-2 knocking his head back. What? In with the clinch. Ooh. Oh my gosh, Billam's breathing heavy already. He looks tired. Looks like he's taking a breath. Masternak's coming in with the 1-2, punching to the body, jabbing. Billam's moving his head to avoid the jabs. Now Billam-Smith's jabs pouring out. You can see that he looks slightly tired. He comes in with the 1-2 to the body, but Masternak's jabs are stiffening up. Don't let the man with the red sock that's been boxing for 17 years fool you. He comes in with the 1-2. He's got reddening on his face, but he's having it. He is here to fight. Ooh. I knew this fight wouldn't be boring, you know. 1-2 overhand, but he's missing. That's come from Chris Billam-Smith to Masternak. Very good round for Masternak, guys. Oh, let's see what's happening in the chat. Super K, how you doing? There might be an upset. I'm supporting a split decision. See, I think if the ring girls were here, you might have had more of a definitive answer. Yeah. Here he is. Sean's hanging Christmas lights. That's fun. I did mine. I put my tree up literally 1st of December. Right. Shane said he's going to try and punch you all the time. In other words, he's going to keep coming. You got to move your head. You go stay away from his right. What did he say? Get closer. Billam-Smith's mouth's open again. Right. He tripled up the jab. Masternak comes in with his own jab to the body. Jab from Masternak. Billam's hesitant to go in. Slightly hesitant. You know, before when he was confidently pushing forward with his 1-2s, he's hesitant now. He's even stood square. What is going on? Masternak going in with the shot. Okay. Body shot from Billam. Hook from Billam. Both men in the clinch. Ref separates. High guard from both men. Billam going for overhand. Misses the shot again. That's going to exude a lot of energy. Masternak bouncing. His guard's right open, so you can catch him straight on, but what I saw, he is really moving well. Look, and he's spinning, moving from his left to his right, throwing a 1-2. This is all confident work from Masternak. An uppercut comes in from Chris Billam. A hook comes in from Masternak, right-handed hook. Chris Billam's now missing with the jab. Masternak lands with the jab. Chris Billam comes back with a jab. It lands overhand. Billam tries to pick up Masternak. Frustrating. Frustrating. Good fight, man. Really good fight. And they will haunt you forever. All of them. Back to boxing. Right, Masternak looking confident on the front foot, pushing Billam onto the back foot, but Billam comes forward once again. Masternak pushes Billam back, probably senses that he's a little bit tired. But the thing is, when Billam's tired, he can be a little bit dangerous. But some reddening under the right eye of Masternak. Jabs coming out from Billam. Billam hunting him down, jabbing, throwing shots to the body. Masternak comes with an overhand right. It was more of a backhand than an overhand. Masternak keeps on pushing Billam out of the clinch. Billam's tocking up, trying to get inside. Masternak's looking for the openings, moving round to the left. One, two, three, four landed from Masternak. 5. Billam smiles. Masternak comes in again, goes back with a 1-2. Crowd is up on their feet. Hook coming in from Billam. You know what? This crowd's kind of split, you know. They're cheering for both of them. Masternak throws a beefy shot. That literally skimmed his face. Those jabs seem to be having an impact on Chris. He's walking slightly unsteady and looks slightly out of breath. Friggin' heck. You know what? Andy Scott called this. Here we go. Hold on a minute. CBS looks tired already. I agree. Jay Lanks. My house is going to be like Clark Griswold's by the time I'm finished. I love it. I love that film as well. When he went outside, you couldn't put the lights on. Oh, I miss those films. I miss those days. God bless the 80s. I don't think Masternak can do this for 12 rounds. Really? You reckon he'll tire? I don't know. CBS really, yeah, he's breathing really heavy. Masternak looks like his age has caught. You reckon? You reckon? I don't think he's doing too bad. Round 4. We've got some shoulder markings on CBS's right shoulder. You know when you get those instant stretch marks? It could be a scratch from the gloves. Straight away, both men in the clinch. Masternak's pushing him away. Interesting. I'm sure Chris said earlier about the clinching. Chris called it earlier. What's happened to Chris? Because it's not Masternak that's clinching. Oh, where's he gone? Was it Chris? Yep. It was Chris that called it. I reckon if Masternak like really goes for his punch output and like resets and goes back in, he could really put Billam in problem. But then this is down to, I guess you could say, down to youth, down to fitness. Masternak likes to throw that 1-2 and he's like over with the 2. Both men once again in the clinch. I think they're both clinching, to be fair. I don't think it's one-sided. Masternak moving out the way. Billam-Smith gets in with a nice clean hook. Right hook to the side of Masternak's head. Once again, both men in the clinch. I wonder if this will go 12. 1-2 coming in from Masternak as he pushes Billam back, sorry. Smack. It's all right, he just landed one. Uppercut from Billam-Smith to Masternak. Backhand to Masternak. Masternak grabs Billam's head as Billam is punching to the side of the body. They're both now grabbing each other. Ref separates. Hold on a minute. Oh dear, he's got him with some couple of shots now. Billam-Smith is bleeding. Yep. He's got his eyes swollen. His eye is swollen. Masternak's attacking. Is it the left side of his face? Can you guys see it? Hold on. Yeah, I think it's the left. I think it's the left eye. Masternak keeps on going for it, and it's causing Billam problems. What a tough fight this is. Yeah, I'll just listen to the comms there. No head movement coming in from Billam-Smith. He's tired, and this is exactly what Shane says. Move your head and get inside. Yeah, look. Chatting boxing with Yemi Babatunde. CBS has got a cut on his eyelid. It's the same one that Okoli opened that up, didn't he? I'm going to say Masternak's winning. Jay Lanks. Nah, Mr. A is not. It's not a Borefest. No, it's my chiffon Adidas coat. Because I'm trying to look like an innocent Christmas fairy. Yeah, Masternak on one. Chris is getting stopped if you don't. Yeah, Chris, you called it earlier about the clinching. I was trying to find it in the chat to bring it back up on the screen, but that's miles up. Here we go. Masternak's okay. Billam's now pushing forward, but Masternak is confident in his work. Billam's holding on, hooking to the body, hooking to the head. Ref separates them. Yeah, the viewers' verdict. They've got Masternak winning. You know, you can scan in the thing and do your own scorecards. I think that's a really good idea. That is viewers' verdict. We like that. Yeah, early days, but I've still got Masternak winning at the moment. Billam's literally surviving. It's too early for these signs to be here. But I've seen Chris Billam-Smith absolutely exhausted with Isaac Chamberlain. This is where, yeah, here we go. Yeah, they're both tired. We've got 1.5 minutes left of round 5 of 12. This could quite well go the distance. It could do. Who knows? Billam-Smith is breathing very heavy. Yeah, he's breathing quite heavy, isn't he? He's trying to smother Masternak's work, which is to obviously get him to come in, and he's pulling him in. Ref warns them about holding. Masternak goes in for the attack again, pushes Billam as Billam tries to clinch him, goes for the 1-2, pushes Billam-Smith. This is all work coming in from Masternak. Prepared to do the 1-2 and push him off so he doesn't get into the clinch. Billam's trying to bully him with his body weight, pushing him up against the ropes. Masternak's trying to get off and throw shots. Billam-Smith's hitting him on the inside. Masternak pushes Billam-Smith away. A 1-2 comes in from Masternak. He's throwing with spite. Careful. He's overloading his shots then. Who? Is Billam? Both men in the clinch, but fighting in the clinch. Masternak is trying to pull away. Billam tries to land an uppercut once again. Both men in the clinch. Punching inside the clinch. Ref separates. Here we go. End of round 5. Nah. Smith is taking shots. Upset on the cards. Well, I've got Masternak winning on points so far. Winning the round, sorry. Sky's got Masternak up after 4 rounds. Oh, my exes wouldn't say that, but thank you. But I'll take the compliment. Guys, if you haven't, in fact, Karma Serene, please go over. And in fact, there she's her name's in the chat. Go over and sub. Karma's somebody, because I like to listen to people's views and opinions on boxing when I'm out running or I'm in the gym. I don't like music. I like listening to boxing reviews. So head over to Karma Serene's channel, please. Like, subscribe, do what you need to do. She's a lovely woman. She knows her boxing, and she's one of them that doesn't hold her tongue. I will step back a bit, but Karma just lets rip. And she's a massive Errol Spence fan. Now I tend to do it online because if you go to the shops, hold on, Billam-Smith coming in with that triple jab. Yeah, the thing is, that body shot there made Billam lift his leg up. Let's have a look. Yeah, Masternak still slipping shots, still able to move out the way. Doesn't stay out of range for too much long because obviously Billam-Smith is walking forward, but Masternak's trying to push him back. The 1-1-2 from Masternak. Billam comes in, attacks the body. Both men in the clinch. The ref's going to have to separate these. Once again, that jab straight to Billam-Smith's head. No head movement. You've got to be able to have head movement when you're taking them shots. Sometimes this is one thing that I don't like, that I don't see boxers doing, man. They don't move their frigging head. Gosh, Billam looks absolutely exhausted. We are at the halfway stage. 1-2 coming in from Masternak. He's coming in quite confident. Remember, Mateusz Masternak, this is his first world title shot opportunity in 17 years. I told you that he wants this. That was like a screw shot then. That was a beautiful shot that Masternak landed on CBS. He wants this win. He hasn't come to just fight and take the money and go home. He's come for the belt. He's come to collect. Both men once again in the clinch. We've got what? Just over 30 seconds left in round 6. And yet again, he warns Masternak about holding. It's not just Masternak that's holding. I wonder who the ref was in the Okoli fight. Right, Billam's on the hunt now. Literally just throwing the shots out. Hands quite low down. Throwing the jab. Masternak then comes back with his own firing. Billam comes back with his own. Both back to their respective corners. End of round 6. There you go. Did you ever shop at the Adidas? Now, Raymond, I do all my shopping online because when you go in the shops, there's a big chance that lots of people are going to be wearing the same thing. I like to get stuff that not many other people. I like to get stuff that not everybody else has got. So yeah, I tend to do mine online straight from Adidas, and look for pre-releases and stuff. Viewers' verdict: all 7. Behave. I know he can't help it because Masternak is frustrating him and he's tiring him and he's giving him answers for everything that he's got, Lee. How are you anyway? Was you in the chat earlier? I don't know. Chris is tired already and still a long way to go. Halfway point, and straight away they're in the clinch. Billam's like pushing him across onto the ropes. Masternak will win for sure. Did you just call me a whore? CBS leg still there, holding him up. Masternak. He's been on the special protein shakes. I don't know, you know. There you go. Take it from Toby. Toby, the ring girl lover. To head over and subscribe to Karma Serene's channel. If I speak about British World Champion, nah, just spit it out. Spit it out. Yeah, he's only won the first round. Well, he's gonna. The only way he win now is a stoppage, isn't it? Hold on, let's have a look. I need to get my head back in the fight. Ooh, Masternak just keeps on catching him coming in, but admittedly, he's throwing some wild shots himself. Both men once again in the clinch, but to be fair, Billam does throw a lot while he's inside. Both of them smothering each other at the moment. Oh, that was at the back of the head. You might get a warning for that, Masternak. Oh, the ref didn't see it. Body shots coming in from Chris. 1-2. It's getting messy now. Clinching. Clinching. 1 minute left of round 7. Masternak throws off a few shots there, but skimming the face of Billam. Yeah, I agree. Very, 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 very messy. There we go. Billam throws out the jab. Masternak comes in with the combinations. Billam answers. And then miraculously, they end up in the entanglement. Billam throwing the shots. That was better work from Billam. In the clinch, he managed to throw the shots that backed Masternak up. One, two from Billam to the body. Masternak tries to throw out the jab on the back foot, pushing Billam back. Almost like waiting for Billam to throw the shots because Billam's like using his jab hand as like a marker to get the rest of his shots off. Round 7, over. Red and white for Poland. No problems, Karma. You can see when people are genuine and they show genuine support. I know genuine support when I see it. Even online, you can tell. Uzu. Entanglement, like Will and Jada. I swear the ref should only break the clinch if no punches are being thrown. If they're working in the clinch, let them clinch. I agree. And we've seen a lot of that. We've seen them both work in the clinch, to be fair. But I think it might just be due to impatience. You reckon he'll win? But you think he's going to stop him? Because I've got him down on the cards. Oh, what they're saying? What they're saying? Oh, they waved it off. Billam wins. He's quit on his stool. Well, I never saw that coming. Oh, I never saw that coming. Oh, he's saying that he's hurt his ribs. That inside. Well, he was punching him up in the clinch. Let's have a look at his. Yeah, he's got a lump on his rib. And his stomach looks a little distended. Yeah, you can see it. 2 of them. They're swollen. You can see it. Oh, I'm gutted. It was a good fight, that was. I wanted it to go the distance or, like, end up in, like, a knockout stoppage, but, yeah, you can see his ribs. Yeah, you can see it, yeah. Couldn't take the body shots because of his age? You mean his bones? Hmm. Oh, where's Sid? I wonder if he put a bet on. CBS is European level, let's face it. Well, he's going in with Rapport now, isn't it? That's the next fight. But I'm not going to Bournemouth, so guess what? We'll be doing another watch along. Because I ain't going to Bournemouth. You know I've never missed a Richard Rapport fight, but I'm not going to Bournemouth. But absolute congratulations to Billam. And this is what happened when he was fighting Isaac. Sometimes he looks spent, like he's finished, and then he just finds this like magical powers out of nowhere and comes back. But with this one, bodywork, snapped his ribs. Oh, bless him. Congratulations. Papering over the cracks. Congratulations. It's a legitimate win for a broken. Yeah, yeah, you've seen it. You saw them. Fair play to him. Stop it. It wasn't. This was not a boring fight. Mr. A, this was a good fight. Oh, yeah, you can see the lump. Oh, look at it. Look at it. It's protruding. It is protruding. Can you see it? Here we go. But what a good fight that was. I enjoyed it. Corner retirement, injury. And still, CBS, WBO. Thank you, gentlemen. We were entertained. I just want to see if there's going to be any post-fight talk. The belt goes back around the waist. Good night, Herco. Thank you for joining us. Hold on. I don't know. He's tough, though, isn't he? CBS gets another good payday. Could be his last. Could be his last. Good on him for grinding to the win. Broke ribs. And Lee Walsh. He deserves all his success. He's a good lad and a nice guy. Ouch, that looks like it's really going to hurt. Yeah, that was horrible. Oh, I'll have to wait and see what they say. I was expecting Richard Rapport to jump in the ring. But that didn't happen. Anyway, listen, you guys, as per usual, have been fantastic. Thanks for joining in the live. You know what it is. We're going to do it next week, but it's going to be like 3 a.m. in the morning for Rodriguez Edwards. The review will be out on Monday. I don't know if I'm going into any gyms this week, so the content might be a little bit frayed on YouTube unless I do some YouTube lives with some of the fighters. I could do that. We'll see how it goes. But thank you very much for tuning in. You guys are amazing. I'm going to get off because I'm going to listen and see what happens next. You know what we say? Adios and stay ready.